station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products, Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
We strive to help people get into home ownership. That is the American dream. Having something that you can go home at night and say, this is mine, is very important. The great thing about Remington Homes is affordability.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. We give you a lot of choices, and you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing a family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to The Breeze. Harrison on the ones and twos. As always, you guys can join in 402-464-5685. We got DP, the host to my left, and Haas Tabrizi, the other host, streaming in. As always, like I said, feel free to join in throughout the show. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and bring him in. Haas Tabrizi, all the way out there in remote. Haas, how's it going on a beautiful Sunday, at least around our parts in Lincoln, Nebraska?
It's going well. I was supposed to go to a Coldplay concert last night with some coworkers, but my wife wouldn't let me go for some reason. I don't know why.
I was wondering when that was going to come up, and that was pretty quick.
Leave it to Tabrizi. leave it to Tabrizi. He's the only one. And here's the thing: he's never going to go to a Coldplay concert.
I don't know if he'll even listen to Coldplay in his car.
That's the greatest thing that they miss about this thing was somebody needed to explain why were you at a Coldplay concert. Like that says everything that I need to know. you didn't need Coldplay Cam. Just you're going to Coldplay. Okay, cool. All right, gotcha.
Should we make our last segment every week? Like, what's funny on the internet? Shane Gillis roasts the WNBA, or Shane Gillis on the ESPYs, or the Coldplay Cam at the Phillies game.
No, because the internet does enough of that. We would identify that as Bush League.
I'm aware.
That's low hanging.
We'll just leave that for our text.
We'll leave that for TMZ.
Yeah, we'll leave it to Harvey and crew. They do a pretty good job of it. We've got enough stuff to cover.
So before I forget, there's two things on my mind. One, it has to happen at SummerSlam. I don't know who it will be. I don't know if it's going to be Triple H, or I don't know if it's Dwayne. But there needs to be a double turn between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I just want to make sure we get that out there. It is time for Cody Rhodes to turn heel. And it is time for John Cena, because the time is up. And his time is now to turn face again.
I don't know. You've poured too much water in the pot to turn it off now. Like to turn it into something else. You can't turn this thing in. You can't turn the pasta into a dessert. It is
the WWE and what they did with the bloodline. They turned everyone 65 times.
Yeah, but over 4 years. Over 4 years. I don't know. My thing with that is allow Cena to walk off. I get the point of allowing him to walk off as the original Cena. But if you're going to do that, then don't turn the clock halfway back. Turn it all the way back. Like let him go out as Dr. Thugonomics. Like give me Raw Cena. If you're going to flip it all the way back, do that. If there's no point back, like heel Cody was never good Cody. It was never interesting.
He won Intercontinental Championship.
But it was never interesting. It was never interesting.
Get the paper bags out.
Right. Like what? There are a lot of current characters who would make better heels. Orton's a better heel. I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, the Usos were better heels. Roman's a better heel. Like if you're going to flip, heel. Right? If you're going to flip, why flip mid? Meh. If you were going to flip, you were going to flip Jade Cargill. if you're going to flip Rhea, heel Rhea is a better heel. So I don't know that has to happen there. I don't know that's the story. There are too many good stories that can be told, but you haven't identified what are you going to do with Gunther?
Why do you talk about Gunther?
Well, because if you're talking about the next few events, right? Finding the greatest value for any and all of them, I don't know. Like, who from
CM Punk,
Rodriguez and Liv, who's going to end up being heel and face after it's all said and done? Like, what's the turn? Who turns? What are you going to turn Dominic face, or are you going to let Finn Balor turn? Like, I don't. There are too many oars in the water for it to all be up in the air. A boat with all oars in the air doesn't go anywhere. Like, at some point you got to plan in, dig in, and make things move because it's good in the right direction, not just to have something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, SummerSlam is the switch. That's SummerSlam every year is the switch. It's let's switch some titles, let's switch some characters, let's bring some people, let's go face and heel turns. It's the switch. That's what always happens at SummerSlam.
But I don't know but SummerSlam should be the rebranding and the redirection, but it helps you identify who's who in the pecking order. And right now, the WWE does not have a pecking order. It doesn't have a pecking order. We don't know currently. I mean, of course, with the Seth injury. And my thought was that the whole point was to turn Seth. All of this writing was to turn Seth back into number one, or at least set up number one versus 1A versus 1B, which is Seth versus Roman. Like, that's the only way you can set any of this towards WrestleMania for it to make sense. Then you got to figure out what to do with Cody in the meanwhile. What do you do with CM Punk?
And you could tell it was set up for Roman to go with Seth because of him coming and saving Jay, and him coming and potentially saving Sami Zayn. I almost call him Sammy Uso. For that was the triple six-man tag with Roman and Seth being the two guys. Like, you could tell that was all set up that way, and they're gonna have a War Games or something along those lines. And it still might not be a real injury.
But what? So if you're writing this and you're trying to decide that one, of course it's two facets. It's several days to WrestleMania. It's the first multiple day SummerSlam. So okay, cool. But what are you trying to accomplish with it? You have to reseed. Like, you have to say these are the top 5 wrestlers in every category. These are the top 10. And then these are the people in development that we have to introduce and give some jack to, right? Because you can't just continually burn out the same women wrestlers. You can't burn out the same 10 guys at the top of the WWE without adding something and not being able to determine whether you have anybody in development that's ever going to rate. Like, what are you going to do? Like, I'm him. Like, really? Do I care that you're him? Like, you say you're him, but I don't care. Like, what are you going to do with it? What do you do with Sheamus? What do you do? So I don't know. Right?
Let's slow down. CM Punk must come out of SummerSlam with a belt.
Why?
It needs to happen.
From the investment side or from the business side?
All of it. From the fan side, the investment side, the business side. It creates a lot of stories. It creates a lot of friction. It creates a lot of anger. It creates Braun Breaker versus CM Punk. It creates Rollins versus CM Punk. It creates the head of the table.
What? But he had an Intercontinental title, U.S. title. What are we doing?
Why? No.
What strap are you going to give him?
He needs to beat Gunther for SummerSlam.
So we had to put up with 2.5 years of Gunther for them to finally tell us that we were right in not caring one drop about Gunther.
Correct.
See, this is why I punch ghosts. This is why I just end up punching toes, because it's just like, I knew you were wrong, right? Because the other thing, the only way the Gunther thing makes sense is if you make him the guy, and you're not going to make him the guy.
So
Wasted my
realizing
time.
you're wrong and making a change is important, and that was the second thing I was going to talk about. And it's just like remember it.
Well,
the
that's good.
Dodgers need to change Mookie Betts from shortstop to right field. He's batting with a 688 OPS. Like seriously, move him back to the outfield.
Focus, Tabrizi. Focus.
No, we're gonna talk about that. You gotta realize when you're wrong. Realize when you're wrong.
Of all the stories in baseball, all of them, of all the baseball stories, the one he wants to talk about is Mookie from shortstop to outfield. That's the one.
Yep.
Man, you are special on Sunday. You are.
Well, if I'm gonna say Ohtani should close, and we'll talk about baseball second segment.
No, you want to talk about the Dodgers. You don't want to talk about baseball. That's not the story. Good heavens, man.
It's like saying, there's no baseball without Dodgers.
On the potential of Brock Purdy being top 5 quarterback in the NFL this year, should we spend more time? Where's McCaffrey in the top?
Hey, who's the one who said Brock Purdy is an elite quarterback when no one even knew who he was?
Should we talk about Marcus Smart? Should we?
We can talk about my
Breezy is.
Hey, $5.5 million a year for Marcus Smart. I'll take it.
This guy, we'll have to do the whole Tabrizi. That'll be a whole nother show where I will give you an hour to literally just talk about those things, because you certainly could fill it. But it's
what would you call that hour? Your least favorite fan? I mean, you're going from Lakers, Dodgers.
Man. Tabrizi talks is its own thing, man.
Let him, the teams he picks.
Let him just go. Like
he was a Commanders fan. Even I'd be interested if he was like a Broncos. Excited about both.
Think about that. Think about that.
Diamondbacks. I'm like, okay, well, I'll hear it.
Harrison, think about that. That I do not force feed the Commanders into the breeze. Like, think about it. We didn't, even when they were playing in the NFC Championship game, did we not talk about my teams? He was all over it. He couldn't wait. Mookie Betts.
Hey, I said there's two things I want to talk about. One is Cody needs to turn heel, and I didn't want to forget. And I want to make sure we knew Cody needs to turn heel. And then instead of just benching Mookie Betts, the Dodgers need to move him back to the outfield so they can get a number 2 hitter that actually slugs 600 again.
Man, it's only Big Ten football media weekend. We're only headed to the start of college football. Hey, man,
are we 4 Saturdays?
We got football next Sunday on the ticket. We've got the Hall of Fame game next Sunday.
Football though, it's like 4 Hall of Fame game next Sunday.
Hey man, look, bury the lead. It's all about Mookie Betts. Let's go.
Give the people what they want. Mookie Betts.
At one point, he was a top 5 MLB player, and now he's not even talking about.
Bruh, you know how many? There was once a guy who was a 5. Come on, that's funny to me.
So why shouldn't CM Punk be champ?
I'm fully curious about. So who's, again, knowing who the 5 are in men's and women's pro wrestling will answer a lot of questions. Now you have to figure out how you're going to rank them, right? So what matters? Are we talking about best performers, best gait, currently most juice for the squeeze, long-term business, short-term business, long-term business? Like, we can call them 5 stars, right?
Mm-hmm.
That there are those that have everything and that could do anything and check every box. And then there are those that have a thing that leaves you wanting. Doesn't mean they're not usable or of value. It just means they're not 5 stars, right? There's 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star.
What's Gunther then? I gotta ask, just because he's had that belt forever.
Well, they gave him the. If you had told me that Gunther to me was, I'll throw it back. He was Larry Zbyszko. He was a guy who you could put in the main event for a long run, but it wasn't going to. He needed a Bruno or a Flair to make it, or Hogan to make it worthwhile, or Dusty Rhodes, whatever it was. Dusty was a 5-star. Flair's a 5-star. Hogan was actually a 4-star, but his talk game was so unique that it made him a 5-star. Dusty's a 4-star because he didn't have the body, but he talked enough to make it a 5-star. Roman Reigns is a 5-star. To me, if younger age, Randy Orton has aged out of being a 5-star, maybe. CM Punk maybe aged out of a 5-star. Seth Rollins 5-star. But I think that's it. I think Cody's okay. So if you made Cody your 5th 5-star, but I think that's it. I think that's the line. I think
that's 3. Cena's above Orton. Cena's above.
Cena's aged out. Like Cena is Chris Winky. He's 27 in college, bro. Like, yeah. like at some point you have to go, yeah, but he can't be the future because he was too much the past. CM Punk,
if that's part of it, then
right?
Fatu, Braun Breaker.
No.
I know LA Knight's 100 years old, but LA Knight needs something. And Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre has talked himself into being a 4-star instead of a 5. He should be a 5-star. Drew McIntyre has talked himself into, oh boy, you're the filler. Like, you're the accomplice. You're not the dude. You're the accomplice. Like, don't let people talk you into being an accomplice. That's the Jimmy and Jay Uso deal. That's the Jacob Fatu deal. That at some point you have to put it down and become the guy. Like that, and Nebraska fans will look at it and go, well, Brooke Behringer. Yeah, he played next to the GOAT. He played next to Tommy Frazier and competed at the Tommy Frazier level, but you still needed Tommy Frazier to be the elite program that you are. And you're not wrong in that, right? That Anthony Davis was an all-star. He wasn't LeBron level all-star. He's not. Like we get that part. Luka should be a 5-star. Could be a 5. But something's missing, right? Something's missing. And I'm not even sure we know what's missing about Luka. There are people in the wrestling game, and for the women, Rhea's a 5-star, Charlotte's a 5-star, Bianca's a 5-star. I don't know that you have any other 5-stars.
Becky's above Bianca.
Becky's a 4, though. To me, I was always
Bianca. I don't like her. I don't like her.
No. This is the Triple H conversation that if he wasn't married to a McMahon, he wouldn't be Triple H. Like Becky, if Becky's just Becky, the former rodeo clown turned championship wrestler, she's a 4-star. The mic game isn't good enough. It's not. Like I don't tune in to hear her. You called yourself the man, but there are other people I'd rather hear talk. But if you said she's a 5-star, okay, who else? Like
lives above both of them.
What?
Yeah. 2024 Women Wrestler of the Year for a reason. On the mic, Liv is really good.
What?
Yeah.
Bruh, if Liv
WWE is missing Liv Morgan right now.
If no, because you built this whole thing around it. You're force feeding it. You're literally force feeding it to people and then going, oh, you miss it now, don't you? No, because I ate beets every day as a child. I do not miss it. I'm aware of its lack of presence on my plate, but I do not miss it. I do not miss it. You can't even pay me to eat it right now. So I don't know, like, why. That's like Liv and Alexa. If you said 4 stars, okay, I'll have that conversation with you.
I just said she's better. Becky and Bianca are more valuable right now than both of them. And she was. She was the main event scene. She was the queen of the ring. She was all of those things in 2024.
I'm not buying. I'm just not. Like listen, I understand the cute factor. I understand Pixie, Mean Girl.
The NXT ref is cuter than her. It's not about being cute.
If Lindsay Lohan was a pro wrestler, she'd be Liv. Like that, like Mean Girls, like that sort of deal. But okay, here's the thing. I'm a grown up. I'm a grown man. There's certain things. Listen, if you can't fight, don't get in the fight game. If you can't fight, don't get in the fight game. If you're just
And Becky Lynch can't fight.
But here's the thing. Becky can fight, but there's something deeply rooted in Becky that I'm disinterested in.
Correct.
There's something about it. Now, the same thing can be said for Liv and Alexa. Bliss, at least now, is evolving into a personality. This thing with Charlotte and her is elevating Bliss. It's elevating her. Those two finding a common place and space intrigues me. This is brilliant marketing by the WWE by putting those two together, because it's not naturally true. It's not naturally magnetic. It just is. Like, it's just a thing that works that shouldn't work. It shouldn't work, but it does. And there's certain tag teams that have that. This is what tag team used to be, was the contrast. You didn't have the two guys who were the same or the two girls who were the same. They both work. But when you can go to the contrast and give everybody something in a thing that shouldn't naturally be together, oh, gimme. Like, that means you care enough to go. Somebody was in a creative and went, you know who we should put together? Charlotte and Bliss. And somebody in the women, but somebody went, yeah, that'll go. So what are we saying? 4 women, 5-star? 3?
No, hold up. 3? Before Harrison grabs the mic and says it's time to go to commercial, hold on. You just created something. Watch this.
Mm-hmm.
They need to go and take Paul Heyman and make a tag team with Vaquer and Jade Cargill. Those two don't know how to talk, but they sure know how to wrestle. They sure know how to fight. And just have Paul Heyman bring those two out. Have Paul Heyman come on SmackDown with them, and on Raw he can come out with the two guys that he has, and he could just say, "We're the future." That's our faction name. We're the future. There
are several. I'm intrigued by the women's division now, because there are really some tag teams that they could make that aren't traditional. Stephanie Vaquero needs a tag team currently, and they're like, you could have put her with Vega, you could have put her with Rodriguez, you could have put her with Garcia. There's a ton that they could have done with her. They don't need to do, because I don't want to put her in the 5-star camp. Let her be in the 3-star camp. She may be the best worker currently. Like, I like her matches.
Correct.
And I like her look, and I like the fact that she's working the look part, and not the way that it's not the layup, it's not the cheesy, it's just
sounds like a walk-on.
Yeah, like it's like, wait a minute, this works.
Just their grit.
Yeah, like, this works. I mean, she's gorgeous, but she doesn't have to tell you she's gorgeous. But she's a worker. She
looks like a wrestler, to be clear. She doesn't look like a Hooters girl or something. She looks like a wrestler. Jade Cargill looks like a bodybuilder who could destroy you in half.
Give me all that. They have potential and they have opportunity. My question would be that if you were building a perfect roster of villains and superheroes, that she's 100% a face now, but she could also be a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because she's got the look that would change pretty quickly. Jade could flip. All of the women currently could flip. They don't have any Ricky Steamboat faces. Those don't exist in the women's game, which I'm okay with, because the men's game is fully reliant upon those combinations, those heel face, the ability for you to be the good guy, the bad guy within the flip of a switch. They cannot think about it. We don't have a lifetime face. We don't have a Sting who is just fully on the side. We don't have a Ricky Steamboat, just the guy that,
you don't have to second guess.
Right. Like, that's a good dude. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just a good dude. We don't have that anymore. And that's what the game is. So then it's picking your 10, picking your 5 stars, your 4 stars, and then your role players. And the role players are vital because they have to uphold the standard against the Cenas and CM Punks on these cards. Right.
Well, that's what the UFC figured out.
Right.
With those fight cards. It's like we need good fights at the very start. Otherwise, people won't tune in until the very end.
And they're giving you matches rather than just 14 versus 15. They're giving you know what? Let's give you the striker. Sometimes I'm going to give you 2 strikers. Sometimes I'm going to give you 2 grapplers. Sometimes I'm going to get you 2. They try to avoid 2 jiu-jitsu guys, right? Because those can often just be pretty brutal. Mm-hmm. But they understand up and down the card, 15 matches, that, wow, we have an opportunity to tell a bunch of stories. And ultimately, they want finishers, which is Dana's new thing, is get me finishers. I don't want just competitors. I want a finished story. Every Saturday, I want a story that, you know what? You two, for 45 days, you could talk trash to each other, talk smack to each other. They'll build it up. And then for one night, when this thing ends, we know who won. Like, there's no.
That's why we like Anthony Lionheart Smith, who we've had on, because, like, you knew there's going to be a period to this story. Like, it's not going to walk out with questions.
You're going to go, I'm not sure he won that. No. And again, I understand. Like, I'm intrigued. Like I said, Hoss, I'm really intrigued by how they would break it down. If I need your 5, like the 5 that not only could you put them against each other, and that's really the driving force, is that every combination of the top 5 has to be relative and able to compete against each other and make it the story. But also, who can I put you with 4s and make it interesting? Can I put you with 3s and make it interesting? Because sometimes Ryan Killings is a 3 and it still works. Mm-hmm. It still works, which is fine. What do you do the rest of the year? So, Hoss, I need your 5s. The 5 you're going to build around. And you're not going to be, I'll tell you what I tell Tom Stevens all the time. You can't be wrong in your 5, but there's 0.
When we come back, we'll talk about V1. V1 first.
Who's won?
That's that one person that number 2 should fight, number 3 should fight, number 4 should fight, and it will always be a 5-star. So we'll talk about that when we come back from the break.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing a family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully, you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Breeze segment number 2. We got Haas Tabrizi as always streaming in, and then of course DP over to my left. You guys can join in 402-464-5685, and again download the Ticket app because we do got Royals on the brick and mortar. But if you're listening, that means you found it Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961, as well as if you don't catch it, you can always catch the podcast later. Haas Tabrizi, I'll let you start off here, and so you guys got to make your wrestling list.
So it's easy if we're allowed to use former world champions as 5 stars. And it's easy if we're allowed to use former pillars as 5 stars. So I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to flip the script on you in a minute, DP. But from the men's side, we got to use Roman Reigns as the top guy. It's worked. It always will work. Him coming back on Raw made Raw, it's like, wow, Raw hasn't been that good for 3 months because he hasn't been there. So it has to be Roman Reigns. And with that, There's so many angles we can do with it. It could be Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns. I would want to watch that. It could be CM Punk, Roman Reigns. I would want to watch that. He would elevate both those guys. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Mike Paul, any Paul. I would want to watch that. So Roman Reigns is the guy. You could put him with Cena. You could put him with Cody. You can put him with Jey Uso. You could put him with Fatu. You could put him with Sami Zayn. So there's so many guys. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. I think you could even make an entertaining match between him and Gunther. And I don't ever want to watch a match with Gunther. So Roman Reigns is the guy that elevates everyone. And you know how much I don't like LeBron James. He is the LeBron James of wrestling because he literally makes his teammates better. He elevates everyone. He elevates everyone.
Yeah, it landed on me as you said that Gunther is the Penn State of
yeah. Yes.
Right? Like you know, you're gonna see far too much of them. They're gonna give them far too much credit. They'll get close enough to be interesting, but
they're there, but it's never the story.
Right? Like it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you know, some really bad things have to happen for them to end up in the championship match. Right? Like some really bad things have to happen, and you have to be really disappointed in some people.
Mhm.
Right? That Roman is Ohio State. Oregon is in fact Seth Rollins.
Can I ask you who's Nebraska? Maybe it's more fair for Haas.
I'll let Haas. Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh no!
Yeah, that's why I said,
Oh
can I ask? I'm
no!
worried.
No! I hate where my brain went. I hate myself. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this, and I will apologize to Husker Nation in advance. But if you're talking about 18, right? So 18 wrestlers, and the WWE is the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say Dom
Strictly for-
Mysterio. Don't say Dom Mysterio. Don't say Dom Mysterio.
Strictly
Don't say Dom
for-
Mysterio.
It's Dom Mysterio. Dominic, it's Dominic. It ends up on all over social media. It ends up like it's like it's built and lives on the legacy of what happened to its father, right?
Yeah.
The older version of it is way better than what like his dad, Ray, is better than Dom, and it's not even close, right? His dad was a part of the legacy, a real blue blood, a Hall of Famer. And Dom is just riding the coattails. Now, listen, it's an opportunity. He gets tons of social media.
He attracts everyone. He attracts the best things.
Right. And if they began to market Nebraska as chicken nuggies, everybody would lose their mind. And it makes all the sense in the world. I apologize to you all.
Yeah, I hate how well that fits.
You know, if I said Dom Mysterio, you guys would have killed me. But I knew that Dom Mysterio was the right answer.
Oh, no. No. Damn you, Dominic.
Dylan Raiola immediately leaves. And goes to Penn State.
Oh no, that is so. I wanted to say Braun Breaker for the
right.
Constantly given too much too soon. Has the Steiner legacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has the Steiner legacy.
Did you say Wisconsin?
Haas, I will mute you if you keep making faces. I just had to have a comparison of Husker football.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So Seth is Michigan, maybe not Oregon, but right?
Michigan,
yeah.
Right, or is Randy Orton Michigan?
I think Randy Orton's Michigan. Michigan's got more.
Right, that he's got
just
some,
like the past 2 years, you can make it, but Michigan's
right.
Still
This
Michigan.
is his run.
Yeah.
This is his current run at the top, and then he will fade. Like he will go away. Cena,
USC.
Yeah, a bit too much Hollywood sometimes. Yeah, it has all the peripheral stuff. That
has all
USC,
the awards, but...
right? Has all that stuff that's in play. Yeah, that's who that is. Haas. Okay, I'm going to flip it on you though. From the women's side, who is that happened to organically. What woman would be Nebraska? What woman? And somebody immediately came to mind.
For you came to mind?
Yeah. Oh man, legacy, blue blood family.
Chelsea. Oh, okay, then no, not Chelsea.
Blue blood family. Blue blood family. Hard worker, Midwest grinder, sort of career. Flashes at the top, still iconic in the way people.
Natalia.
Big Yahtzee. It was literally right. Like I just went, oh man, that is it, right? Like it's.
I don't like this segment anymore. This is a terrible question to even ask. This hurts.
Like, yeah. Yeah, I'm not wrong though. I'm not wrong.
Well, it's like ironic. It's like, why am I a fan, of Rey Mysterio? Because like when I was young, everyone's like, this is the guy.
His dad. And think about it, that Eddie Guerrero would have been old Oklahoma in the Big 8, right? Like in the Big 12, like that matchup, right? The venom that you looking across the border at a Texas, right? But that in this phase, Dominic seems to be the right correlation.
Can we do Iowa real quick just so I feel better? Because I think Iowa can be amusing.
Iowa
constantly not wins.
I was
or Damian Priest.
No,
Damian Priest won a belt though.
Damian Priest is Indiana. Like we're surprised at how good he is.
Yeah, that's a good.
Right, like we're really surprised that he's that good. You know who Iowa is? Seamus.
I can see that.
Seamus, where he had to run, right? Right now, we currently, like when he shows up at a big game, you're not disappointed, but you're not buying an extra ticket because of it, right? That he's going to put on a good show. He's going to be technical. He's not going to make mistakes, right? He's not going to botch anything, but he's not going to win the big one ever again. Ever again. He's never going to win the big one ever again. And that's just kind of how it works.
Do you know what former wrestler should be a Husker?
What former wrestler?
I have one in my mind.
Should be a wrestler.
He's a wrestler. He used to be a WWE wrestler. He wrestles somewhere else now.
Who should be?
Said he used to be already?
This guy had all the potential, all the hype, but he would never win the big one. He had the physique, the look. He could talk.
The guy that typifies Nebraska to me in that way is Ted DiBiase, who's from Nebraska. He's literally from Nebraska, and Ted DiBiase was technically he was a foundation to wrestling, no matter where he went and who he wrestled against.
Yeah, but Nebraska fans think they're higher than this, and this guy always thought it should have been him. It should have been me. It should have been me.
See, you set me in a different place because immediately, if it wasn't Dom, I now think of Nebraska too. The Miz, the freaking Miz. Except for he's an Ohio guy, so he thinks he's Ohio State, but he's actually Nebraska.
All right, we're at the break here. We'll throw it to break.
It's the Dolph.
Okay, there we
go. Dolph Ziggler.
All right, we'll throw it to break. Don't go anywhere. The Breeze House, the Breeze DP.
MHC is the new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartments, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also, no upcharge on weekends. And they do offer payment plans plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing a family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Bros Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
back in. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. Third and final segment before we get to the YWCA hour. Those guys got it pre-recording, but it has not aired yet. So it'll be the first time airing here July 20th. Like I said, a beautiful Sunday here in Lincoln, Nebraska. If you guys want to join in, you start Ham text line or any of the streams. Before we get out of here, we got about 5 minutes left. Tabrizi, I'll give you the floor here. Where do you want to go with it?
Hey, are we gonna get them wrestling songs that we're talking about on the one-on-one with Haas show?
Haas, if I do that, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to mute it, and you won't even be able to hear it on stream.
You just change it up a little bit, throw in some screaming and yelling, or we can have those videos from Big Papa Pump and Kurt Angle and all them be our music too. But just saying, hey, Sol Ruka.
Well, if you wanna play it yourself or somehow.
Well, no, we can use the Angle and the Big Papa Pump. We can use those as rejoins.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. So coming next week before DP's birthday. My bad, that's the 27th. I remember 28th. So coming before DP's birthday, we'll have that out there. But hey, Sol Ruka versus Rhea Ripley is a future main event that I want to watch. Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea Ripley, future main event that I want to watch. So yes, you're right about Liv Morgan. She isn't a 5-star. They made her a 5-star. But to me, all I said was she's above Becky and she's above Bianca. Jade should be a 5-star, just can't talk. Vaquer, again, we talked about, should be a 5-star, can't talk, but she does everything else right. She looks the part. She has the best matches so far for the year. I mean, even maybe Lyra Valkyria has some really good matches that we're just not talking about. She has the physique that we're not talking about. But how impressed were you with Sol Ruka at Evolution?
Actually loved it. It was interesting that you start to pay attention to those. I would have said, here's the thing, and Haas, I wanted to bring this up to you, that if you'd asked me a year ago if Tiffany was a good in-ring worker, she's a better worker than she's a talker. She's digressed as a talker, but improved herself as a performer. The Io Sky is making an effort, right? Asuka is making an effort, but they're limited, right? They're limited, and I think it's pretty impressive, right? That they've developed enough talent to have this conversation. I still think that we are 2 years away from being mad at ourselves for not giving enough respect to Natalya and Bayley.
Definitely. Bayley's done so much. She's done so much, and she's changed so much, and she's risen. She's created and helped risen all these different women, but she gets no props. Same with Natalya. She would sell so many matches, no props. So spot on that. To me, I'm still low on Tiffy the same way I am low on Gunther. They're just force feeding us Tiffy all the time, and she's just missing something that just makes it bleh. That's my feeling when I see Tiffy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. And it's Meatloaf.
Yeah,
it's Meatloaf.
She's Iowa.
West Meatloaf would be pretty good,
right? She's Meatloaf and mashed potatoes and gravy. A staple.
Whoa! Meatloaf. She's not mashed potatoes and gravy. I wish she is literally Meatloaf.
Meatloaf's good. You guys were in the Midwest. You know, my mom makes great meatloaf. I never disrespect.
Right. But that's Tiffany.
Okay, it's just going to satisfy.
If your mom calls you and says, "Hey, Harrison, I made you a meal," in the list, in the pantheon, in the full vacuum spectrum of all that she could make for you, you would go. There's certain things. There's 5 that if any of those 5, you'd be like, "Awesome! I'm going to have a great meal today." May not be the best meal you have that week, but certainly you are thrilled.
Okay.
You're thrilled. You're happy about it. Now, she said, I just pulled a prime rib off. I pulled some brisket off the.
No, you know it was prime rib. That's
right,
the delicacy.
Right. So, and I think that's it. Like, I think that's part of the deal is that, yeah, I mean, it is. She's not Salisbury steak, but she's Meatloaf.
Okay.
Literally the same concept, but yeah, Not.
I'm not on the same page as you guys. There's like 15 other pieces of meat that I would rather eat.
Right. I mean, she's not salmon or no, she's not in that. Listen, if I go to the Tabrizi house and your lovely wife has made meatloaf, I won. I won. It may not even be her best meal.
It would be disrespectful to serve you meatloaf. We're not on the same page.
Well,
you would get filet mignon, or you would get some really nice porterhouse if you came to our house.
We got to get out of here. But I'll tell you what, this whole episode's hurt my culture, like to the absolute core.
It's a thing. Hey, Harrison, it's a thing. If you leave Nebraska, there's actually food in other places of the country.
I've had prime rib, Haas. I've had salmon and risotto, but a good meatloaf. You can't. We're not gonna rant about this to end up.
So
meatloaf is what your mom makes when she's like, I don't have any effort for you. I don't care. I'm just gonna throw some meatloaf together. And that's Tiffany Stratton and Gunther.
All right, Haas. I will gladly see you next Sunday, but not until then. Have a great rest of your Sunday. YWC Hour up next.